the Archons in Genshin kind of suck. So far, Kusanali has proven to be the only one that actually cares about the people in her nation. And
Bing bong, you're wrong. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Ozzy41. I sometimes make response videos called commentaries where I criticize other people's videos about a variety of things, usually video games. And sadly, this video is just flat out incorrect on how it portrays the Archons of Genshin Impact. In particular, it's interesting to talk about lost friendships and such, without explaining why, or even portray your examples correctly in the slightest. Going down the list, first we have the Ball, who only truly became a threat because A, the people of Mondstadt were terrified of him since they had forgotten about him, and more importantly, B, the Abyss Order was actively taking advantage of that, and the poison left in him for a fight that he was involved in during the Cataclysm 500 years ago. And the first thing we see, after choosing our traveler and walking a bit in Mondstadt, is Venti himself trying to talk to and cure the Valen. And the prologue Archon quest is mostly related to Venti getting the Traveler's help alongside eventually G and Diluc to save his friend. Heck, he even gave the Traveler bullet shooting powers to stop the Valen's attack when you first entered the city. So, implying that Venti did nothing is a big fat lie. Then we have Aisha, who is straight up suffering from being mentally eroded from before the events of the game. And while Zhongli has confirmed to share some of his power with him to prevent this, thanks to both time and the fact that people were overmining the chasm, it got to the point where Aisha hurt the people he promised to protect, and Zhongli himself had to steal him away. So, assuming that Zhongli didn't try to help him is also a big fat lie. And surprisingly, you don't talk much about A, which is a shame considering you think it would be easy to explain her given the Vision Hunt decree is right there. However, I feel it's important to remember that the reason why A agreed to the decree, even with knowing about the Fatoui's involvement, was because she believed the ambition represented by the Visions would only lead to the suffering and loss for her people, especially considering that she has experienced that firsthand with her sister Makoto and witnessing the Cataclysm. That's not to say that she didn't royally screwed up, because she did, and the game even shows that with the second chapter of her character quest as she fights her own puppet because A is trying to fix the situation. However, to not address that she only did that believing that it was the best plan for her country is not helping your case. And then you proceed to claim that they have little remorse and are almost excusing themselves, which is laughable, because that ignores Venti's actions in the main story, his own quest involving helping Stanley get over his past, and the prequel comics on top of all that we know about his backstory, that ignores Zhongli only giving up his gnosis after he knew that the people of Liyue could handle themselves, on top of his regrets involving both the Salt God and Azadal, and again, not only did A put in the Vision Hunt decree for what she believed was for the benefit of her people, not only did she abolish it when the Traveler and Yaimiku conveyed to her the will of the people of Inazuma, but she then took steps to undo the damage done by arresting those that had deceived her, alongside attempting to put in new protocols for Inazuma. And the only thing that delayed those protocols from being put in sooner was her own puppet going against her. Now look, I ain't going to claim that the Archons of Genshin Impact are all perfect beings. Venti's fight with Durin the Shallow Dragon led to both Dragon Spy Izitzi and the unintentional poisoning of the Valen. I already went over how Zhongli has both of his story chapters be about his regrets involving the Archon War and Azadal. And while A meant well when she gave Scaramouche his own life, it did end well considering how she unintentionally abandoned the child. And that's without talking about the Vision Hunt decree for the umpteenth time in a row. However, to claim that the Archons don't care for the people they rule over when the game has proven this wrong on all of their accounts isn't that great. Maybe next time you make a video like this, please refresh yourself on the story, because honestly, this makes it look like you didn't even pay attention to the game. Oh, and one more thing since I saw this on your TikTok. Being satire isn't an excuse. Thank you and good night.